Got
Question.
Yep.
Seton Hall have a big game tonight?
Well, they're playing Creighton, and Creighton has been pretty much beating them up the last few years.
Game's tonight?
That game's tonight.
Let's go, Frank. I'm excited for that game now.
Where does Seton Hall rank in your fandom?
We did this. It was, wait, let me see if I can get it right.
I think I might have
Mets,
been here when we did this.
1.
Yes.
Devils, 2. Fuck, I'm
I
wrong.
think Dolphins 3, right?
It's
No.
kind of, the Devils and Dolphins are about even.
Devils, Dolphins, then Seton Hall, then the Nets,
Yes.
then Notre Dame football.
Yes, we did do this. So this is just a quiz to see if
The USA hockey.
Well, USA Hockey, that's got to
Let's
be
go.
up there,
Speaking
of
of,
course.
World Juniors, they win the gold medal, beat Canada 2-0, massive underdog.
Sorry,
Look,
I feel bad for Canada because it's like, I don't really care.
No, I
but
don't
I
either.
do care when we win.
Right, yeah, I
And
think
they always care.
Well, and this team that Canada sent to the juniors, they were saying this was one of the best junior teams ever to lace up the skates. They never trailed throughout the whole tournament. They crushed everyone. They destroyed Russia in the semifinals. They just rolled through everyone. They were a juggernaut. They were expected to just roll over Team USA, who was a good team. I mean, Team USA got a late goal to beat Finland in the semifinals, and the fact that USA made the finals was an accomplishment for them because they finished 6th last year, but they came out strong. And the goalie Spencer was the knight in shining armor for the Team USA. Made 4 saves.
Where did he get drafted by? The Panthers?
Yeah. So this is the last time he'll experience victory because he's going to that factory of sadness.
Damn, Florida Panthers fans thought they'd have maybe a
I mean,
rundown.
the Florida Panthers. I mean, come on. They play in the Everglades. They have what?
They play in a mall.
Yeah. There's like 6 fans.
Where do they
They're
play
like-
in where? Orlando?
No, Miami, outside of Miami.
They play in Sunshine, Florida.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think for America, it's like if USA wins, it's a great excuse to be patriotic, and if they lose, like you said, well, we would just
cares?
pretend who cares about World Juniors hockey.
Right.
But yeah, good for America. Now with the
Canadians
rubbing
were
into
very
Canada.
upset.
How
Do you
about
believe
the-
in miracles?
Well, this wasn't quite that big of a miracle,
Shit.
but it was a good win.
What are your thoughts on Al Michaels?
I think he's one of the best announcers of all time.
Who is your least favorite announcer?
It's between Kevin.
You can't say the name. People don't realize, but I had to ban Frank from saying the name of a certain announcer. KH is his initials because he was blaming the Dolphins' loss on him.
I have never seen my teams win a single game that Kevin Harlan has broadcast, including the Miami Dolphins, who I think are like 0-71 when he calls their game.
And he hasn't said the name since.
Is that the only reason you don't like him?
Well, and also the Mets, right?
Well, he did a playoff game in 2004. KH.
Okay.
I happen to like him because Sam Decker's a friend of mine. That's his son-in-law. But I will join you with bad memories announced by KH. Derrick Rose's first knee injury.
I mean, right
the
between,
playoffs
right
was
between
KH.
the eyes, New Jersey is dead.
There it is. KH said that.
He's got a great voice, though.
He's got a great voice.
Great moment. I mean, everyone remembers the streaker on the field, right, from Monday Night Football a few years ago.
Frank
He
was
called
adamant, though,
perfectly.
that the Dolphins, it had nothing to do with giving up 56 points. It was KH.
His presence, causes they've lost. I think the Dolphins are like 0-72. I'm not joking.
I
when he
legitimately
calls
had
their
to ban
game.
him from saying the name.
Wait, so
and
who's the
Frank's a
other
good
one?
sport because he did not say the name for the rest of the day.
Who was the other one? You were going to say him or...
Joe Buck.
What?
He just annoys me. He's such a shill. And then when the Cowboys come on, it's this is the greatest team ever, the Dallas Cowboys. You gotta love the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Troy. Troy, you Dallas Cowboys. I feel so good when they're winning, and then when the Cowboys are losing, it's this sucks. This game is terrible. I get it's kind of a Schadenfreude whenever the Cowboys are losing and Troikman's calling a game, and it's like, you know when the mics are off, Troikman just goes, fuck.
Yeah, no, he's Cowboy for
Joe
life.
Buck, you guys turned about him. Once he was on PMT, I was like, well, I like
He's
him.
a good guy.
He just came off
He's
as
a good
very
guy.
likable and genuine.
Yeah.
I think he gets a bad rap from
He's
guys
a good
like
guy,
that.
Frank.
Well,
Frank, when this COVID
I do think
stuff,
he could have bigger calls for big
listen,
moments.
Frank, we're gonna get to a point when this COVID stuff all passes and we start getting guests back in this office. I'm going to make a promise to you. Whenever we have, I can't promise every single guy or girl who comes on PMT, but I want at least, I'm going to say a quarter of them that come in this office, I want them on, what was the name of the show that you had?
Well, I have the raw dogging.
No.
Oh,
When you
extra, I
invented
called it extra innings.
When you invented Between Two Ferns, I want to recreate that, and I will be your booker.
Well, that would be awesome.
It would be incredible.
Hi, thanks for joining us. Welcome to Extra Innings, Hot Stove Edition. Today we have a special guest. He's a member of the Dodgers UN pitching staff and is the first Korean-born player in the major leagues. Let's give a warm welcome to Chan Ho Park. How have you been enjoying the offseason so far?
It was pretty good.
Will
So
it have
extra
actually
innings.
celebrities though? Like, because that was just people pretending to be.
We can do
celebrities.
both.
Right.
Well, I
Half
got
can
the
do both.
episode is an imposter.
Yeah,
half
and then
could
you
be
know
the
what we'll
real
do is
celebrity.
we'll cut this part. We won't actually cut this right now, but everyone, when this happens in a year from now, pretend that it was a surprise. But what we'll do, Frank, is like, let's say Joe Buck comes in the office and does PMT. We'll have you do a Joe Buck interview on Extra Innings where you'll be interviewing some random dude that doesn't even look like Joe Buck and pretending he's Joe Buck. And then Joe Buck will walk on set and be like, what the fuck is going on here,
Yes,
fellas?
that's good.
Don't ruin it. People who watch this part,
Men in Black
when
memory
it
erase.
happens a year from now, pretend that you were surprised and it was awesome.
Yes.
That would be great. I'm excited for that.
Next up, we got Kanye and Kim K getting a divorce. A lot of people are saying, like, oh, the most obvious thing. I gotta be honest, they lasted way longer than anyone thought. I actually am a little surprised. I thought they lasted so long that they might just go forever.
Good take, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you would assume would
No,
be
it
done in, like,
is.
a year or two.
You're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, because everyone's making this sarcastic,
Yeah, it's
which
a
I did
True Love
myself.
is- yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, like, can't believe they didn't make it. But you're right. They actually...
Lasted a lot longer than Chris Humphries.
Yep, they
Yeah.
exceeded the...
I mean, Chris Humphries. What was funny about him is he was a mediocre basketball player. Of course, playing for the
I think
Nets.
that's being nice.
Really nice.
He was okay at times. with the Nets.
But mediocre, like, would be like... Is mediocre, like, league average?
Yeah, average.
I don't
average,
think he was
average,
worse than that.
Average or sub-average.
Okay.
I mean, he had a couple of moments with the Nets.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that one ended when Chris Humphries basically told her, you know, one day this is gonna go away and you're gonna have to just be normal again. And it was like he just like shat on her face.
Mm-hmm.
It was like he just insulted her for her entire being. And he's the only one that has not been ruined by the Kardashians.
Yeah.
We got it quick.
I mean, it's not like he didn't go to onto a Hall of Fame career there.
Well, he wasn't gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Right.
But he's an average, normal person. He didn't get fucked up.
Yeah.
He didn't get, his life wasn't
Reggie
completely fucked
OJ.
apart.
OJ, yeah.
I mean, come on. The Kardashians destroy men. They just like, I mean, they might actually be succubuses.
What's that?
They just like,
Oh, is that the plant?
no,
no.
that's like it's like a mythical being that like destroys men and like drains all their energy and takes their energy and like becomes like
A fleshlight.
I'd sign up for it, though. I mean, I'd marry a Kardashian
Yes.
for
the clout. Frank, I want to do
3
another
months.
show idea, Frank. I would like to do like old takes with Frank, where we just bring up an old story and be like, "What was your take? Remember when Jason Williams killed a guy?"
Oh yeah, I remember that. I mean, what the fuck? He was drunk. He was playing with a shotgun. I mean, it was an accident, but he was lucky. He only got like 18 months in prison.
Yeah. Were you conflicted as a Nets fan?
I was devastated, but you know his career is basically over.
Yes. Yeah.
He had broken his leg. I think he was already starting to do like I think he was already officially retired and now working with NBC.
Yeah. All right, there it is. Old takes with Frank. We'll do that from now on. I'll just bring up an old story and be like, "What was your take then?"
I mean, he was lucky he didn't get more. He should have got 20 years.
Your mind is like a steel trap, so I know I can bring up anything, and you just be like, "Yeah, here was what I felt."
What was the name of the ship that sank when you were born?
The Edmund Fitzgerald
Yes.
sank 3 days before I was born.
The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
And
Great
to-
song.
To add to this Kanye Kim thing, there's a rumor that Kanye is hooking up with a male beauty artist, Jeffrey Charles. He, like, he bought a house in
That
Wyoming.
was very Fordham journalist of you, Jeffrey Charles.
That's his name. He, but looks like a girl, but not transgender.
Yeah. It's Jeffree Star,
Ah.
not Jeffrey Charles. So I was going to say that, and I was just Googling
Maybe
it.
Charles is his middle name.
So the fact check is you meant to say Jeffree Star. You got him and James Charles, the other one that does the makeup, confused.
Okay.
So it's Jeffree Star.
But
who
neither
he's-
of them are transgender. They're both he's, correct?
They're
Using the
both
correct
he's, but
pronouns?
dress as women with wigs and can get confused.
Which is
easily.
fine.
Hey,
Totally fine,
anything
yeah.
you're into.
Frank? There we go, Frank.
Whatever.
Nice.
I mean, whatever
21.
floats your boat these days.
Yep.
I
What
mean,
do you think about
I
that,
like it,
Frank? Do you
No,
think
he's
that's-
good with it. We
No, he's
just
good.
checked with him.
So people are saying that's why Kanye, maybe he's a little like self-hating, anti-gay, is because he actually maybe is gay. I don't know. That would be a kind of cool story. I hope it's true. Moving on, Devonta Smith wins the Heisman. Trevor Lawrence comes in
First
second.
wide receiver to win the Heisman since.
oh, that had to be, let me see. Wasn't, Desmond Howard.
Yeah.
It's almost
Tim
more,
Brown was the one before that.
Yep.
It's more impressive, I think, that it took him a few seconds to get that, because he could have just seen that on Twitter or ESPN and been like Desmond Howard. But the fact that he went back in the memory bank, it's even more impressive. than
Almost
getting
said Tim
it
Brown.
instant.
Yeah,
But-
he did, but you would have been right. The one before that was Tim Brown, 1987.
Really nice story too. Big T blogged. Professor said that Devonta Smith would come to class every day, sit in the front row, learn. She mentioned wanting to be on the field for an Alabama game. 2 weeks later, he got her on the field for an Alabama game. Frank, I told you that story, and you said you might want the Dolphins to draft him at
Yep,
3
I
now.
think that would be the perfect reunited with Tua.
There we
Third
go.
overall
Georgia
pick.
game.
Also, he's got one of the greatest nicknames of all time that Kevin Durant turned down, the Slim Reaper. That's a great nickname.
Why did KD
I don't
turn
know.
it
He
down?
remember he won the Durantula, the Slim Reaper, and then he went with the Servant.
The servant?
I think he wanted to be the Servant.
That's horrible.
Horrible.
That-
Terrible.
That is not a good nickname.
No, it's terrible. And Slim Reaper is maybe one of the best nicknames.
Yeah, and servant. That doesn't even.
Favorite nickname in sports?
Favorite nickname in sports? Well,
How
I
can you
could
not
go
say
with
the
the,
Nigerian Nightmare?
I could go with one that's really old, the Galloping Ghost.
Oh, LSU running back? No.
That's you. We're talking about Red Grange,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Where did he play?
Illinois.
Yes. Won a Heisman.
No, the Heisman didn't exist, but when he played,
What fucking year did he play, Frank?
20s.
Jesus Christ.
He was
I know nothing. I mean, this is way too old.
he signed with the Chicago Bears in 1925, and
Yeah,
he basically saved the NFL.
Yeah, the history of sports I'm gonna say 1950. I don't know.
Yeah,
Babe Ruth.
He actually
That's about it.
he played his last college
Yeah.
game.
Shoeless Joe Jackson. That's about it.
He played his
Ty
last
Cobb was a
college. He
racist.
played his last college game on November 21st, and made his debut with the Bears 4 days later on Thanksgiving.
That's awesome. They should allow that. Imagine if imagine it. Well, I guess you couldn't get the first pick, but that would be sick if you could if the team closest to Alabama that was in the playoffs could get Devonta Smith or the Bucs. Damn,
Probably wouldn't like that.
that'd be bad. They would be
Trevor
even
Lawrence comes in second. I know you were rooting for him just out of the goodness of your heart.
better. Yeah, he won the Nissan fan vote.
And he's officially going to the draft, which is obviously the least
Who's the
surprising
LSU
thing.
guy that was the ghost?
The Ghost.
Was it?
Well, there was Casper. Dave
Yeah.
Casper was the Ghost.
Yes. Okay,
Ghost
that's what I
to the
was
Post.
thinking of.
Yeah, we'll
Wait, no.
Well, that came from his last name was Casper.
Billy Cannon.
Billy Cannon. I don't know if he was called the Ghost. I never heard that one.
Second half of the rundown is brought to you by Mack Weldon.
sure?
Mack Weldon is a premium men's
Well, Casper,
essential
like
brand
Casper the
that
Friendly Ghost,
believes
so
in
that's
why they
smart
called him the
designs
Ghost.
and high quality fabrics. Mack Weldon has all the men's basics, socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, or active shorts, all with comfort and consistent fit. From working out, going to work, or on a date, Mack Weldon is for everyday life. Yesterday I was on the rundown. I didn't have my Mack Weldons on. The second I got home, I got out of the uncomfortable pair I had on. I put on some Mack Weldons. It's the only thing I'll be wearing from here on out. Sign up for Weldon Blue. It's their totally free loyalty program. Level 1 will get you free shipping for life. Once you reach level 2 by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year. So for 20%
Yeah, I know,
off
I
your
have
first
it.
order, visit MackWeldon.com/rundown. Enter the code RUNDOWN. That's 20% off your first order by visiting macweldon.com/rundown and enter the code RUNDOWN. Next up,
I have it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Billy Cannon, this is where I got confused. Billy Cannon won the Heisman,
Yes.
and his famous run was on Halloween Eve or Halloween night against Ole Miss. And they won 7-3, 7-0 LSU versus 7-0 Ole Miss at the time. And it's a famous Billy Cannon's Halloween run. That's why I thought he was the ghost.
Ah.
So little stats for everyone out there.
Okay. This has been a very sports history heavy rundown, as we would expect. People are learning a lot. Next up, we got Mike Tyson told Logan Paul that Floyd Mayweather is going to kill him when they fight. I believe it's February 20th that they're supposed to fight. I think everybody pretty much is of this opinion. Hearing it from Mike Tyson maybe just solidifies that a little bit. But Frank, what do you think? Logan Paul has any chance?
Logan Paul doesn't have a chance. The only thing is, I just hope it doesn't last 12 rounds of just hug, dance. One punch, two punch.
I don't
hug. I mean, it's every Floyd Mayweather fight.
But I don't think he could do that against Logan Paul. I mean, he could do that when he fights, Manny Pacquiao maybe, where it's a legitimate boxer where he has to take on. But I think winning this fight isn't enough.
I mean,
for
the Manny Pacquiao fight looked more like the prom.
Yeah, it was boys on one side, girls on the other. Afraid. But yeah, no, I think that Mayweather has to knock him out convincingly for it to be a win.
I mean, this is why I don't ever consider Floyd to be one of the greatest boxers ever. He's
never lost.
He's the best of this era, but Sugar Ray, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, come on.
But 50-0 is 50-0.
Yeah, well, the whole era sucks. Boxing is in the toilet. That's why boxing's in the toilet, because there's no great boxers anymore.
Big Cat, you...
And UFC.
Well, that doesn't help. But UFC is helped by the fact that boxing sucks.
Yes.
You once said you could knock out Floyd Mayweather?
No,
or no?
if we did
punch for punch.
Punch for punch. Standing there, coin flip.
That you
He's
would
like
win.
150 pounds.
So do you think that carries over to Logan Paul?
I'd also need to
Probably
be
not
able
your
to train my
size.
neck for 3 months.
Do you think Logan Paul has a chance based on
No,
you
because
thinking?
my hypothetical was never.
Not boxing.
Yeah, you could never touch Floyd Mayweather. It would have to be. I'm talking about like those videos, those slap videos, where you have to stand there and take it.
Do you agree that Floyd Mayweather has to knock him out convincingly for it to be a win? I don't think he can dance around the ring.
No, he can just dance. Who cares? He wouldn't touch him.
But nobody's expecting.
But he
nobody's
would not
expecting
touch.
Logan
He
Paul
wouldn't
to win.
hit him.
It's not like this matters for his record, Floyd Mayweather.
He wouldn't hit him.
The only way...
He would not be able to hit Floyd Mayweather.
You think he's just too fast?
Correct.
The only way Floyd Mayweather's reputation gets tarnished is if Paul actually knocks him down and wins a round or two. And that's just not going to happen. Floyd Mayweather just throws a couple punches and then hugs. Throws a couple punches and runs.
Tire him out.
Yeah, he doesn't...
Hit him with the right hook.
He doesn't ever knock anybody out. He doesn't ever lose. He doesn't ever... His fights are boring.
All right, moving on. We have this study from the University of Chicago saying a man who is 5'6" needs to earn an additional $175,000 per year to be as desirable as a man who is about 6 feet tall. A 6'2" guy could earn $30,000 less than a 6 foot man. It's a precise chart in order of how much money you have to make depending on your height. I kind of wanted to get Hannah's take on this as the woman gold digger on the panel. How do you rank height
that was
versus
kind of
money?
mean.
That was
Tommy.
first off not a gold digger, and my response will support that. Technically, I'd say that if a guy was 6'2", then he doesn't need to. That is this. I agree with the study that taller he is. I mean, it sounds messed up.
If he was 5'8" and really rich?
I don't care. I can't date someone who's under 6 foot.
Is it more shallow though?
I don't know. That's the thing. I can't tell.
Shallow?
What's more shallow,
How tall are
Frank?
you, Frank?
I'm like 5'8", 5'7".
Fuck.
So you'd have to earn.
What's
My
more
father is
shallow?
5'4".
Me thinking that
So
looks
you
or money?
exceeded expectations.
Looks or money? That you have to just go with it. I'm
you
saying
have to
looks.
earn $200,000 a year to be as desirable.
Still not as desirable. I don't really care.
Rude. But yeah, no, I don't know. I would say that.
Do you think that's messed up, Big Cat? What do you think? Do you agree with me?
No, I think most women probably feel the same way about height.
No, I think most women though would go for the money over the height.
You're a sizist.
But I think there's a height limit.
I agree.
Is what
Yeah.
she's saying, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean 6'10", you're a freak.
Anything over 6'6", I think it's a little like, hey, where'd you play basketball?
Right.
Exactly.
And then if you don't play basketball, it's
It
like, why
sucks.
did this weirdo not play basketball?
And why does he's useless? Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Andrew Cuomo says New York State might be embracing
Let's go,
mobile
Cuomo.
gambling, but then he said he only wants it maybe to be run through the lottery.
Boo.
That would be bad instead of casinos.
I mean, what is the problem with people? Just open everything up. Come on, this is America. We should be free. We should have the right to do what we want as long as nobody gets hurt. We should, and this includes gambling. Come on, what are we doing? We're policing the wrong things. We don't need to have a dozen laws for people to have and go to jail for and different things. And then when you legalize some gambling, you open up the underworld to do it. Run it through honest means. The Barstool app will be great. I mean, then you take the tax money, you could spend it on more stuff, and you're spending less money on policing, and you get more money to spend people and help people instead of just trying to police everyone's behavior. It's ridiculous.
That was beautiful.
Agreed everything. Agreed with everything you said.
Fleming 2024. Portnoy Fleming 2024.
Fuck yes,
possibly on
Frank.
the ticket.
Fuck yes, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. New York obviously has lost so much money throughout the pandemic. People are going to gamble through the Barstool Sports book.
You know what people do? Some people take the train to
Yeah.
see caucus and bet and see caucus. Some people just drive across.
They go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm talking about New Yorkers that drive across the George Washington Bridge, park in Fort Lee, and then go right back to make their bets.
Stupid. Cuomo's stupid. Come on, man. Get with it.
Guys, also, I don't think it's talked enough about that Cuomo wrote a book on how he beat COVID like 6 months ago.
Yeah, that was weird.
And we're just very
Kind of a
still
pretty early
talk about
victory
a
lap.
preliminary victory lap, and like very clear
That
that
would
it
be
was
lit-
not going to be the end.
That would be like the Atlanta Falcons writing about the Super Bowl when they were up 28-3.
Yep.
Yep. And then lastly, after show, Barstool Fun continues to roll along. Dave was on the Today Show this
Awesome.
morning. Really awesome, like 5-6 minute piece. Goosebump City. Tough for all the Barstool haters who maybe in the summer thought that they'd be making headlines on the Today Show for the wrong reasons. Been a tough few months for them.
I agree. It's cool to see like main stations like actually giving us some publicity for once.
Yeah,
for
my,
something positive, not negative.
My mom texted me this morning. She's like, "Oh, that was so cool," and she was like, "Maybe he'll get on Ellen." I was like, I think Ellen is.
Yeah, no, Ellen's
I don't
more
think we wanna be
canceled
on
than
Ellen
we've
right
ever
now.
been.
Ellen's canceled.
Ellen's persona non grata.
Yeah, and I think that might actually hurt things. Yeah, that's it. You guys got anything else?
I got a question, Frank. So it's been a pleasure having you go full time. You've been getting some steps in, doing the vignettes, which I love. Has your sleep schedule changed?
A little bit. It's changed.
Yeah. Are you like, because you used to be like a total like 2 a.m. wake up, do.
Yeah, well, what it used to be is when I got home from the courthouse, I'd eat, take a nap, wake up for maybe like the last half of a game, and then blog about everything.
So what do you do now?
Basically, I get home, I eat, and I watch the games, and now I'm pretty much going to bed at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and waking up at like 8, 9 o'clock.
That's
That's
a normal
nice.
schedule.
It's, normal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like you're very happy too, which is great. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, tranquility. There's a bit of tranquility.
Fuck yes,
You
Frank.
deserve it, Frank.
Yes.
Congrats, Frank.
Congratulations.
All right.
That's it.
Great rundown.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Week's flying by.
Yeah, it is.